Aloha, all Paper Mario Guy here, and welcome to the Koopa Koot Favors episode of this fantastic LP. Koopa Koot is an old hag that lives in Koopa Village, and he's going to require you to do a lot of favors for him, and a lot of them are really kind of annoying and a little tedious and annoying to do, but I'm going to show you a comprehensive guide of how to do them all in one shot. And some things to know before you go into it is that it has to be done after Chapter 6 to be able to do them all in one shot. And you're going to need the Ultra Boots, as well as basically, all your upgrades. So even though you finish Chapter 6, you may not have the Ultra Boots. Make sure you get the Ultra Boots so that you can get a certain thing. But for now, a major part of Koopa Koot's, side quests, and one of the reasons it takes so long is because of the fact that you have to do some cooking. And I took the liberty of getting all the items that you're going to need off screen first off, so I could show you kind of, the items that you need to cook with, for, particular items. So you want to have a cake mix that you'll get from Shy Guy's Toy Box, as well as a Koopa Leaf, which you'll find around Koopa Village in the bushes in the first area, and mix them together, and you will get a, what's called a Kooky Cookie. And Koopa Koot will ask for that, I believe, after Chapter 5, or after Chapter 4, because you need the frying pan. So keep that in mind before you, go do stuff. The second thing I'm going to show you is you need to have dried pasta and a Koopa Leaf, and you combine the two of these, and you make what's called a Koopasta, and Koopa Koot is going to ask for that as well, so make sure you have that on hand before you start, your little Koopa Koot favor quest. And the next few items you actually only need one of, the first one being the Goom Nut. Just give Tice Tea the Goom Nut, and we're not going to cook with two items. We're just going to cook with the new Goom Nut, and we will be making what's called a Nutty Cake, and Mr. Koopa Koot is going to ask for one of those pretty early on. He's going to ask for it, I believe, after Chapter 3? Yeah, after Chapter 3. And the last one that we're going to need is just give Tice Tea a standard Koopa Leaf. Don't have her cook with anything else. And Tice Tea will cook you up some of her famous Koopa Tea, which apparently is quite delicious. Delicious enough so much that Koopa Koot is going to request us to get him some. So now that we have Koopa Tea and a Koopa Cookie, or a Kooky Cookie, as well as Koopasta and the Nutty Cake, all those fantastic items, we're going to head over one other place, and that is the shop in Toad Town, because I have not got this yet, and you're going to want to buy a Sleepy Sheep, not a Sheepy Sleep. So with all those items in hand, you can finally go to do the side quests with Koopa Koot himself, and this makes things go by incredibly quick, and it's not so difficult, and not so time-consuming, I don't think. A lot of these items you'll pick up throughout the game, but majority of the time you will wind up using all of them, and more than likely, you're not going to have a stock of 3 Koopa Leafs on hand, or, there's really no reason for you to own dried pasta. And before we talk to him, one other thing, and it's actually the final favor that he requests, but he wants this famous red jar, and to get the red jar, you need to go to Dry Outpost and go to Little Mouser's shop, and ask for a Dusty Hammer, dried pasta, Dusty Hammer, and then dried shroom in that order, and he'll get the hint and promptly give you the red jar. So Koopa Koot is going to say the same thing over and over again about the generation not being so bad, and that doesn't normally ask for favors, but, could we help him out? And the first favor that he's going to ask us is to go 2 houses down to Colorado's house, and we're going to talk to Colorado's wife and ask for the book Koopa Legends. And I guess, Koopa Koot wants some reading material, and Colorado's wife is kind of giving us fair warning that he has a bit of a short temper and that he's not exactly the most trustworthy person, you know. He's not as nice as he seems, or as helpless as he seems, for that matter. And I think she says something about returning in 30 days, but, you know, that'll probably never happen. So, give Koopa Koot the Koopa Legends book, and he'll have some great alliteration. Great galloping Goombas, you're a lifesaver, Mario. And he always says that's what he needs, and he always says not to be humble and to accept his gift, and he'll give us 1 coin. So, that is generally how the Koopa Koot side quests are going to work, and as long as you have all the items prepared, it's not so bad. So, he's been apparently having problems sleeping, so we get him a sheepy sleep, and this is the first time that we'll actually be getting something other than 1 coin, which is pretty cool. So, he's going to say not to be so polite, and he'll give us 1 coin, and he will also give us, what is called the silver credit, and it will allow you to play in the playroom, which I showed off earlier in my LP, and you can actually, you know, play in there now, which is good because we couldn't before. So the next question, or the next favor that he's going to ask you, can only be done after Chapter 1, and he's going to be asking you to get the tape, the tape from Goompapa, or Goompa, actually. And what that tape could be, I don't know. It sounds very suspicious and kind of naughty, and, I don't know. I'm very suspicious about it. So, we're going to go in here and talk to Goompa, and just mention the tape. Mario, it looks like something else is on your mind. Oh, what? He wants the tape back? That old Koopa, how does he remember things from so long ago? And he's gonna walk over to the other side of the house, and right behind this, like, furnace chair combo, a really suspicious type, you know, area to hide something, this tape. And he's going to ask for us to send her regards. And Mario's kind of curious, what is in this tape? I'm curious, but Goompa apparently cannot tell us. But apparently it was great, and yeah, that's kind of weird. So, the best way to travel, as a note, is to go into the Toad Town tunnels. Another reason why you should be doing this, you know, after Chapter 6, because you more than likely have all of these tunnels, you know, these pipes opened, and it allows for quick travel. Suffering Shy Guys, Mario, you're a real gent. And, you know, he gives us another 1 coin. So he's kind of stingy, but the thing about Koopa Koot is even though he's, for the most part, pretty stingy, he winds up paying off in the end, and the gift that we're actually going to get for delivering this delicious Koopa tea to him is actually the reason why we're doing the Koopa Koot side quest, is because we are aiming to get 100%, and that includes all star pieces, and by that, you know, extension, all badges, and, you know, he gives us quite a few star pieces by the end of this, so you're going to want to make sure that you do all of these if you're planning on getting all the badges. So, this next one is actually quite interesting, and it's the first one where, you know, you actually have to get something from, someone decently far away. You know, you can't just use a pipe to go to your house. But if you go to your house, you're going to be able to find Luigi. And like I said, this can be done after Chapter 1, so you actually don't need the Ultra Boots if you're doing this, you know, as the game progresses, which is not a half-bad idea. But as it stands, you know, doing it after Chapter 6, Luigi's going to be sitting up really high on a tall block outside of your house, and you're actually not going to be able to reach him if you don't have the Ultra Boots. So come here, and come over, and to the left, Luigi, I don't know how he got up there, I guess because he can jump so high. We're going to go up there, knock him down, and he's going to be like, "What's that? You need something?" And Mr. Koopa Koot wants his autograph, and Luigi's flattered and thinks it's awesome. And he's going to turn around and take out some paper, write his autograph, and now we can take it back to Mr. Koopa Koot. And that's an awful autograph. Oh, I don't care about you, Luigi. And this is the last favor that Koopa Koot's going to ask you that is, you know, required for Chapter 1 to have been beaten first. And, you know, after this chapter, or after this favor, you're going to have needed to beat Chapter 2. So, there are generally speaking, only 3 favors that he's going to ask per chapter. But you can actually do favors for him after Koopa joins your party, and that is the Koopa Legends one, as well as the Sleepy Sheep one. But, you know, like I said, I didn't go through and do this as, it was. So, Hop and Hammer Brothers, you're a wizard, Mario. You're a wizard, Harry. No. Mario is not a wizard. But he'll give us another coin, and, you know, now we are kind of, going into the after Chapter 2. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, but, Koopa Koot decided to go shopping and lost his wallet, and, we need to go find it for him. And I don't know why they make you do this after Chapter 2, considering you have access, clearly, to, Koopa Village at this point, but whatever. So you want to come to the first screen, and I believe it's the first, yes, the first area, and it's going to have the empty wallet in there, and, you know, just speedy spin all the way back, and when you give him the empty wallet, he's going to more than likely give you 1 coin. So this next favor that he's going to ask is for you to get a tasty tonic, and most shops do actually sell it, but the one shop that you can get it from is you can get it from the Toad Town shop. And tasty tonics. Oh, pouring piranhas! You're like a psychic, Mario. So I'm a psychic and a wizard. So like I said, I picked up the tasty tonic ahead of time, so we can, you know, speed things along, and we get another coin. Okay, now this is the one of the longer favors in the Koopa Koot favor side quest. Basically, what you need to do is you need to go all the way to Shooting Star Summit, and then all the way to Dry Outpost, and then all the way back to Shooting Star Summit, and then to Koopa Village. So, kind of a lengthy one, but it's not so awful, and you really, like, it's not difficult by any means, it's just time-consuming. And there's really no warps to Shooting Star Summit, which is the problem. But when you're doing the Koopa Koot side quest, 2 badges that I'd actually recommend for you to have or actually 3. One being Speedy Spin, because it allows you to traverse quickly. Another one is I Spy, which you get from Ralph after Chapter 4, when you return his calculator. So that way, as you're exploring all these different areas that you may not have visited in a while, you can actually, I believe Merlovely is upstairs, but I'll talk to her for now as well. No, this is Merlovely. You want my autograph? Mine. Mercy, are you sure it's mine you want? You really do? Well, this is a first. What shall I do? Of course. I don't mean to be a stick in the mud, but I'll give you the autograph on one condition. A small favor. I want you to visit my twin sister and fetch a crystal ball from her. She lives in a back alley in Dry Outpost. Her name is Merly. Well, Mario, would you? Sure thing. Yeah, Merlo is, or Merlow, however you want to pronounce it, is the one that lives upstairs. Merlovely is the fortune teller. But, as I was saying with the badges, the 3 badges that I would recommend having on, is I Spy, because you're going to be traversing through areas that you haven't, you know, necessarily been to in a while, and it's a good way to collect some secret, you know, star panel, star pieces, that you may have missed. Speedy Spin to traverse quickly, and then also in the Toad Town tunnels you can get the badge Bump Attack, and it costs 5 BP, but that shouldn't be a problem if you're going around, you know, not really encountering too many enemies. But I mean, at Chapter 6, a lot of the areas that you're going to be going to require you to, you know, wind up coming into encounters with enemies that you can take out in one hit, and rather than, you know, slowing down the process by having to, you know, fight, you know, a Goomba or, you know, a Koopa or some stupid-ass enemy, might as well just do this now. My older sister, Merlovely, what's she want? Oh, I see. Is that so? I bet I know. Oh ho, okay. Please give this to Merlovely with love from her sis, Merly. And, Merly said that it's an older sister, but Merlovely said that it was her twin, so... yeah, I don't know if that's just, like, some sort of discrepancy, you know, in the translation, or if they just, like, derped and kind of, you know, just didn't catch that or whatever, but whatever. We have the crystal ball from Merly, yes, Merly, and now we're going to bring it to Merlovely.